Hello, lovely citizens of the internet, and welcome to another live stream. I'm Joel. Today we're gonna have some fun. I'm going to try something I'm calling ChatGPT GameDev Speedrun. So here is the plan. We start with a blank, a new thread on ChatGPT, and we ask it to write us a game. Then doing only minimal edits like syntax correction and things like that. We take its code, we paste it into text editor, and we make a game. So basically, we follow its instructions. We make a game. We are allowed to do minor bug fixing, but generally, we want to have ChatGPT do as much as possible. That's as well defined as the rules are. So far, as I continue on this genre, I might define it a little bit better. But for now, that's where we are. So here goes. Let's pull up our timer and let's reset it. That was from my last attempt, which I had to stop and make lunch before I finished. I was a little ambitious, so here goes. I hit the wrong button. I'm going to go ahead and have my prompt ready. Write me a based game. And let's hit start and let's hit go. An error occurred. That's a good start. Okay. Me a go. Let's try reloading the page. Sometimes reloading the page is the answer. All right, and here goes. Let me go ahead and get a new text editor pulled up here. Close that old program. The lost city in this game, the player is a treasure hunter searching for a long lost city of El Dorado. The city is rumored to be filled with gold and other valuable treasures. Man, this is going to be crazy. The game is set in a jungle, and the player must navigate through the dense foliage and find their way to the city. Along the way, they will encounter various obstacles such as raging rivers and treacherous cliffs. They will also have to deal with dangerous wildlife, including snakes and jaguars. To overcome these obstacles, the player can use various tools and items. I may have to ask it to make a simpler game. Overall City is a fun and exciting browser-based game that is sure to provide hours of entertainment for players of all ages. Can we make it a lot simpler? I did say simple. I meant simple. Oh, did you hit your head? Yeah, you gotta be careful of that. That'll bonk you. The maze runner. In this game, the player is a mouse trying to find their way through a maze to reach a piece of cheese at the end. The maze is filled with twists and turns, and players must navigate through it by turning the arrow key, using the arrow keys on their keyboard. As a player moves through the maze, they must avoid obstacles such as walls and pitfalls. They must also be careful not to run into a cat that is patrolling the maze. It will eat the player if they catch them. To make the game more challenging, the maze can have different levels of difficulty, with the harder levels having more complex layouts and more difficult obstacles. Oh man. It could be implemented using web technologies such as HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The graphics could be basic 2D images with the maze, mouse, and other objects represented by squares and circles. The gameplay could be real-time with the player moving the mouse through the maze in response to the arrow keys. Overall, Maze Runner is a simple but enjoyable browser-based game that is perfect for players who are new to the world of gaming. Okay, that's not what I meant by it, but you know what? We're going to go with it. Let's see. Can you write me the HTML for the game? Because why not start with... I'm hoping if I have it right to HTML to start out with, it will put more stuff into JavaScript later on. So like it'll like generate. He's just like, oh, we've already got this. We'll just add it through JavaScript. I've seen it where it'll like write a whole thing that's almost all JavaScript, and then sometimes it's like, no, we're gonna do everything with um, we're gonna do sorry what are we doing about styles? Okay. Oh, it's just I was like, write the HTML. I was like, I'm gonna write everything JavaScript style sheet. I found a nice trick, and that is when it doesn't finish, because it's not going to finish this. You say continue where you left off instead of just saying continue. If you say continue, it'll try and find like the beginning of the section, but if it was like not in a section, it'll just repeat the whole body. Simple game scheme with a maze and a mouse. And the player can control the mouse with the arrow keys and a keyboard. The code uses CSS styles to position, animate the mouse, and use JavaScript to handle the keys and events and move the mouse accordingly. Of course, this is just a sample of the HTML code for the game, and there is much more that could be added to make the game more interesting and engaging. For example, okay, let's copy and paste this and see what happens. Copy code. We're gonna throw that in here, not there. Well, we'll forget that. That was a fun idea it had though. Previously, we're gonna save this as we should have done this ahead of time. What's today? 15, 12, 12, 15, 12, 15. And then we'll save this as Maze Runner, was it called? Maze Runner. And we should have saved it as Maze Runner. All right, let's do another save as Maze Runner .html. Okay, now we can just go over here to Dolphin. Oh, I got two instances of Dolphin. 12:15. Maze Runner.html. All right, it's the easiest maze in the world, and there's no cheese, and there's no control of bounding boxes. Does this count as finished? No, because there's no cheese, there's no mice. So let's ask it about that. This is what we got in the last challenge. What about the cats and cats. The player can move wherever they want. I'll see. Is that enough? Maze Runner. Now, new from ChatGPT. We're going to do this because we don't actually need that whole thing, right? Reset our game here. If you want the player to be able to move the mouse to wherever they want within the maze, you can modify the JavaScript code to move the boundaries that currently prevent the mouse from moving outside the maze. Here's an example. No. I need a stop button. Okay, ChatGPT people, I need a stop button when you're in the middle of writing a long piece of code like this. You need a way for the person using it to be like, just stop. You're wasting both of our time. This is I guess the hazard of not being clear enough with your prompt, right? I was like, it can move wherever it wants. And it's like, oh, you want to be able to move. No, the problem is it moves wherever it wants. So now we get to watch this go for a while. A long while. Yeah, now the mouse. In this code, the mouse is moved by a fixed distance of 20 pixels in each direction when the corresponding arrow keys are pressed. any boundaries or constraints. However, keep in mind that this will also allow the mouse to move outside the maze and into the empty space around it. It already can do that. In the game screen, and compare it to the dimensions of the maze to determine if it has reached the edge. If the mouse is the edge of the maze, you can prevent it from moving. Here, when the corresponding arc is pressed. Here's an example of how you could implement this. Okay, that's exactly. I mean, maybe it's not the best way to fix this. This is in the code for controlling the mouse. Okay, so we're just going to come down to the bottom of there. And we'll throw this in here. And we'll give ourselves a little end of a long comment. And we'll make that be a long comment. Okay. Now, if you're careful with this, you can do even crazier things. That's not what this is about, right? This is why am I dealing with formatting? Why do I do this on my Linux computer that doesn't have a good text editor? Move the mouse up. If this were like a person writing code, I would complain about the amount of comments. I'd be like, dude, you don't have to comment every single line. I can read the code and figure out what it's doing. At the same time, it didn't finish the code, did it? We also need to stick this over here. At the same time, yeah. Where are you left? I should have read that a little better. I skimmed the top of it. I was like, oh yeah, that looks good. I didn't scroll all the way to the bottom and make sure it finished. I was like, oh, it looks like it's doing what I want. Now we're 10 minutes already. This is a complicated game it chose. I think this would be considered a random seed speedrun, where you say, make me a game. It used to always give me the bouncing ball game. I mean, it did earlier, too. Earlier today, I was like, write a game that runs in my web browser. It's like, okay. And now all of a sudden, the last 3 games I've had it write, told it to write, have been these grid-based monstrosities. It just suddenly likes grid-based monstrosities. Else if move the mouse. Okay, that's a fine place for you to start over. Copy this code, and we're just gonna paste it in here. I don't need a partial version. Okay, and now let's however we do this in here, Maze Runner. Let's see if that. I don't think that fixed it. Okay, we can't. I mean, you can always go. Okay, he starts out below. Okay, it works, but he's not aligned properly with the. Okay, that kind of works, but the mouse is not with the maze. All right, we're pushing 13 minutes already, and all we have is a black box that moves around. I got a mute button for that. I still don't get stuff all over my mic if I sneeze in my shoulder, right? Oh. Come on. My basement feels like a cave. I can hear the water going glurp, glurp. You probably can't hear it, but I can. It's really annoying. Okay. If you want the mouse's movement to be aligned with the maze, you can modify the code to move the mouse by a fixed number of cells in each direction rather than by fixed distance pixels. Here's an example. Well, let's copy this in here, and we're gonna do a little bit more of. Let's take this out and put another one of those here, and we'll paste a new one in. Reload. Okay. No. All right. We're actually gonna go up to here and edit this. It kind of works with the. Did I save the previous one? Whoops. Okay, I still want you to. Whoa. Okay. It's like freaking Windows. Madness, badness. Oh, I put it in another workspace. Okay. Yeah, I want this back in this workspace. I just want it here. And let's throw this guy down here. As I realize that you can't see those things very well because you know, it is what it is, right? Yeah, you don't need to be opened often. All right. It's official. I don't love XFCE. All right, save now. Yeah. The limits the movement, but it needs to add the offset but is try that. Yeah, I just took 3 minutes writing the prompt, trying to figure out how to say that. And reorganizing my screen, I guess. Top left edges of the nearest position ancestor element. I provide the position ancestor element is the game div, which has a fixed width and height of 500 pixels. Therefore, the offset top and offset left values of the mouse element will be measured relative to the top and left corners of the game div and not relative to the edges of the maze element. This means that the LIs, to fix this issue, you can use the top offset left properties of the maze element instead and compare them to the dimensions of the mouse element to determine if it has reached the edge of the maze. This way, the value returned by the properties will be measured relative to the edges of the maze and will accurately reflect the position of the mouse within the maze. There we go. That is what we were looking for. Thank you. I think that's what we're looking for. I'm no expert. There, I should probably be this size. I need to adjust my timer too. It's running out of space up there. Well, I guess you can see the whole thing when we're on some single seconds. Yeah, it could use some formatting. What can I say? It was quick and dirty. Quick and dirty timer. Okay, in this code, the mouse is still moved by a fixed distance of 20 pixels in each direction, and the corresponding arrow key is pressed. However, before moving the mouse, the code now compares the offset top and offset left values of the mouse elements. Yeah. All right, so you said the same thing before and after. Okay. Do I want to? Yeah, why not? We're just going to throw another. Oops. There we go. And then paste that in there. Save that all up and reload our maze. And let's see if Maze Runner runs the maze. No, he can't go out that side. Oh, he's a bit short on that side. Now he can't go. He's not quite aligned right. Okay, well that's not at all right, but let's not even worry about that yet because we have a bigger problem. Okay. The maze has no walls. It's a very easy maze, also known as a room. Maybe I should have added the cheese first. So you lose, by the way, if ChatGPT glitches out and you can't keep it going. The maze has no walls. Come on, help me out. What can you do? We can retry it. It's okay. We're actually going to go with, I need you to add cheese. I need you to add cheese. That. The win condition. I think we're going to lose this one. Oh, maybe not. ChatGPT got back on its game. We're going to rewrite the whole game, but, you know. Now, the maze is smaller than the game, so maybe it's more or less right. Yeah, cheese, 20 pictures. It's yellow, that's nice. The mouse is black. The maze is white. The game is solid black. Well, it has a solid black border. That's 1 pixel, so... okay. The Maze Runner. Uh-oh. That's just fine. Continue from where you left off. Well, I guess we're just gonna Control A. Delete. Because I'm not gonna go through and pick every little piece out. No. Not gonna happen. Yeah, I made a couple of games before this in a few minutes, and I was just like, I was like, what was I like? I was like, yeah, this is so cool. It's quick and easy. I mean, you got to do a little refinement, but I'm thinking this will be in the order of minutes, not hours. Yeah, I'm not thinking 15, 20 minutes. We're at 24, and we still got a ways to go, my friend. We got a ways to go. Oh, it's starting all the way over. Continue from. All right. Just get start at the. Let's edit this one. Continue from the script tag. The script tag. I will give it here. We may have lost. This may be a lost cause. Not sure. Here's how you can continue the previous code from the script tag. Just, yeah. You don't even. Mouse offset, mouse style, top. If collision, mouse cheese. Do we have a collision function? I have a feeling. Is this just the end of it for you? Mouse offset. Down. Come on, try again. There's no try again button either. You're really struggling here, ChatGPT, aren't you? I mean, I can do this and just submit it again. We got to this basically the same place. This isn't a big one. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. I got another couple more tries if I can't get it in 30 minutes. Request timed out. Come on. Continue from. Okay, we have that. Is that any further? If arrow down. Continue from the else if. You running or not? You're just dead. What? After the else if. Yeah, that's just worked. Alright, well, that's it on this one. He died. We lost to... Yeah, that's not what I wanted to do. But here's what we did get. Let's refresh. We got a somewhat buggy game. But you can walk around in the maze. You can actually get out of the maze a little bit. We didn't quite get our cheese added because things went wrong. We never finished adding cheese. But that's where we are. I gotta go take care of some So we're back, and that was our last speed run, our previous speed run, not last speed run. We're gonna reset the clock now. This amazing speed run here got us to this. Then ChatGPT was like, "I'm done, guys. Sorry, got nothing else for you." So just put that back on the side over here. Throw this back over here. Come on. Need a better window manager. I'm gonna also pull up studio mode so you don't have to look at craziness. We're gonna pull up this guy and do some properties editing on him. We want to change our crop left width. Get this set up for you so the next time the numbers aren't running in and out of the screen. We're even going to add room for one more digit. Although this time around we're not running into any hours, but maybe next time you want to play it, you got to play it safe, you know? All right, hop back out of studio mode. Let's hop back in here. I wanted to make one more quick change, so let me get this all set up. We have a camera overlay window screen capture device. We're just gonna, let's do some properties on that. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. Get you out of all the I need it bigger. Okay. I don't want to be able to see all the browser tabs and stuff. Like, just get rid of all of that. I think we'll be pretty good off. I'll move it down a little bit. My thought is we can get rid of the top, we can get rid of the bottom. That's roughly what you're going to want to see. Let me bring this down a little bit so you can always see the top line of code. That should be good. Okay. Every once in a while you'll miss the bottom of the screen, but you won't be missing the middle of the screen or the top of the screen. Okay. Now, that Maze Runner game didn't really work, so we're just going to keep using the Maze Runner file. I'm just going to clear that out because we need to start with a blank document. So I didn't save it. That's why. There we go. Bye, Maze Runner. You would have been cool, but you didn't work, so I don't care. It was a good start. And no, we're not keeping any of that for posterity's sake. So close that. Yeah, you're experiencing exceptionally high demand. New thread. Does that even work? All right. Write a game. Oh, hold on. We need that. There we go. Reset and start. Okay. Write a game. I can play in my browser. Now, if you would just not be so ambitious, please. Be very unambitious. Go for the bouncing ball. I can convert that into a game. Sure, here's a simple game you can play in your browser. Now, it's not a simple game. Here's a simple game you play in your browser. To play the game, you'll need a pencil and paper to draw the prison. Uh, oh, just because I'm curious. Sorry, this is not a valid game, but where, how do guards move? A number of rooms equal to a roll on a dice. You can either roll a die for each guard individually, or you can roll once for all the guards and have them all move at the same number of rooms. Dude. Where they move. Because it could either be a predetermined path, or it could be, in this game, the guards move randomly. You can determine their movement by rolling a dice, moving them in that many rooms in a random direction, left, right, up, or down, or diagonal. Ultimately, you could have the guards follow a fixed patrol route that you can have predetermined on your map. This could make a game more challenging, as you would need to time your escape carefully to avoid being caught by the guards. Yeah, it actually sounds kind of like a fun game. That's not a game I can play on my browser though. So I think we gotta new thread it, reset, and start over. Right? HTML for a game. HTML for a game. Because that's a legitimate way to say it. Yeah. My game, head body, my game. Welcome to my game. Canvas, game canvas. All right, we got a canvas. Nice. Finally, it's been doing all these like element-based games. Okay, cool. So we have a canvas-based game. Save. My game. Welcome to my game. Okay. Um, the game needs some way to score points. You're right. Most games the way to keep track of the player's score. You could add a dash p element to display the player's score. Here's an example of how you can do this. Okay, so we've added a script to the game. And I like that it's just giving me relevant-ish stuff, so we only updated the body section. And here's our game. Oh, and you can't see what I'm doing because I pushed the wrong button. Here's our game. Now it has a score. You can't see it, but there's a big game field here. Can we put a around the field? Yes, you can use CSS to add a border around the canvas element that represents the game field. Here's an example of how you could do this. this example, let's just get this going. I don't need to know how I already know how the example works, so there we go. Now we have a border. We can see where it is. You could use other CSS properties to customize the appearance of the border, such as the color, the width, style. Oh, we got some more things we can. I mean, I don't know that we need padding, but why not? Right? You gave me some. Why not? Okay. Yeah, that was pretty much a waste. But you know, other properties to further customize your appearance. That's good. That's more than I needed. Okay. I think the game needs some stuff to draw. I'm trying not to direct it too much. I'm trying not to be like, make this particular game. I wanted this button here. There we go. Like, yeah, I'm trying to keep that a little bit up to the game, I guess. I think it needs some stuff to draw. In order to draw graphics on the game field, you can use Canvas API, which is part of the HTML. Here's an example of how you could use Canvas to draw a simple shape on the game field. That's fantastic. I understand how it works. GPT, really do. I was just hoping you would get us going with something. Okay, so now we have two canvases because I copy and pasted it. So we've drawn a square on the game field, or rectangle. I also accidentally drew two canvases. Because we already had a canvas or something. I don't know how we ended up with the canvas drawn twice or a second canvas. Either way, that's a little weird. I'll go back and look at that right now. Script. Oh, because there's got a canvas there. There we go. My mistake. My mistake. Okay. Shouldn't it move or something? Yeah, that would be important, having a game state that updates. Okay. The update function is used to update the position. Request. Okay. So this is like all the internals of the body, isn't it? No, it's just, well, they also. All right. Well, Well, let's be stupid. Paste. All right. And, a million extra script tags. Why? Because I'm too lazy to get rid of them. Okay, so the square moves to the right, and it wraps. That's nice. It would be nice if it moved in and didn't just appear. I want the to move in, not just appear. Alright, let's be real. Speedrun is not the right word for what I'm doing because I'm not trying to get a game as fast as I can. Ah. Move the canvas context to the new position of the rectangle. Wait, what all did we do? I I don't think you understood what I asked. All right, so we're replacing the last script section. And it's going to look just the same. And I don't think it's going to do what I want. Yeah, it's not doing what I want. No. Okay, well, regardless, how is this a game? Okay, we're gonna just start this one over. Sorry, ChatGPT, you're just going down the wrong direction with this. Unless tutorial and articles online. Haha. But I have you. I can talk to you and I can ask you for it. Okay. Sorry, new game. Reset the timer. And let's start over. I'm going to cheat a little bit and ask it to get me a specific kind of game. I want to play a game of tanks. Can you a web page for me that web page with the game to play it? with. I don't remember exactly how I worded it, but literally, I gave it. Yeah, that didn't work. Okay. New thread. Right, game tanks in JavaScript. Sure, here's a basic implementation of the tanks game in JavaScript. See, this is anywhere near as cool as the first one. This is like one of the first things I asked ChatGPT to do. And although it was slightly problematic, I don't have a background.png. So I don't have a tank.png. Okay, so we're going to ask it to, I don't know, I'm going to try to say, can you draw all objects from primitives? Let's play this game. Okay. But it is, can you to use primitives? See if it knows what that means. Yeah, since I can use images, you can use basic shapes to draw the background and the tank using Canvas API. Here's an example. It's exactly what I wanted. The last time I did this, it actually drew like turrets on the tanks, and they pointed in the direction you pointed. It was great. They didn't point in the right direction. They were like 90 degrees out, but that pi radians out? No, 2 pi is a whole. So 1/2 pi radians. It's doing tank body, tank turret. Is he gonna work? Oh, come on. Oh. Blech. Uh. So close. Sure, here's the rest of the code. Nice, it continued from where I left off. Yes, creates a canvas and everything. We just need to save it or say that it's an HTML. Like literally, you just have to be like HTML body, and I think it'll work now. No? Okay. Here's the rest of the code. Okay, copy the code. Well, it's not going to work because I don't have all the code. All right. This HTML. Come on. Just give me the HTML. Don't try and give me the whole thing. Yes, you're right. In order to use this API, you'll need to add an HTML page that includes a canvas element and links to the JavaScript file that contains the game code. Here's an example. Oh, we're doing it that way. Okay, cool. You can game.js. Okay, so sorry, we're gonna pull up a new one. Okay, we're gonna save this as right. That was the right thing to save it as. And then to use the canvas element with the ID of canvas instead of creating a new canvas element. Okay. We're going to copy this. Well, that's writing. We'll paste it into here. We'll save this as... should have saved it as tank. But whatever. And then we're just had change the name of the canvas element, right? But it's going to be quicker to copy this and then come over here. And now I'm going to pull open. Oh, I thought I had two dolphins open. Ah, oh well. System dolphin. ChatGPT. Today is 12:50. All right. So that should have worked, but it didn't. Because what's our error? Who can guess? Any ideas? It's not giving an error. So let's look at inspector elements, network, body, HTML. That's all we got. HTML and body. Oh, you know what? No, canvas equals canvas. Yeah, canvas is okay. Something doesn't work. Let's do some basic troubleshooting and see what's going on. So we're making a canvas. Did I save it, name it correctly? Game.js, game.js. Okay. That should work. And that was the wrong thing to do. And somebody just made themselves sad. Okay, canvas. You have a canvas. So, do we have a Improperly closed parenthesis. Oh, we don't have a whole file here. Um, okay, we don't want to save those changes. Let's go Control Z. Okay, did that fix it? Have I just botched everything? Tanks game. It names it Tanks game. Yeah, I accidentally closed ChatGPT, so I guess we can stop this because we either got it in 12 minutes and something, or we didn't. Apparently, there's not really a point. I just reset means you just no. Reset just means it's gonna say yeah 0. Anyway, I think I'm gonna have to call it a day. I've got kids that are sad and not sure. Hey, we're gonna try saying, why can I not see anything? Yeah, it helps to not close your stream. Like, I just want to see what it actually made. Everything, like, I don't see any out of place. It's not throwing any errors. It just doesn't actually display anything. I'm not able to see anything because I've not provided any information on how to display the canvas element. In order to display the canvas element, you'll need an HTML canvas element. Yeah, but even with the HTML canvas element, I can't see anything. Yeah, but we have a file for that, okay? Like, unless there's something missing in here, we got you covered. We got a canvas ID canvas. Don't have a width and height set, but do I do that in here? I think we do that here still. Yeah, canvas.width, canvas.height. Modify your JavaScript to use the canvas element. Canvas. Oh yeah, that would help. If I put all of the words in there that needed to be there. Let's do the var too, huh? Please. Da, 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 da. These things make a difference. Okay, still nothing. All right, let's keep pushing through. Canvassing and var ctx equals canvas dot get context 2D. Okay. You'll also need to make sure that the code that creates and draws the canvas element is executed after the page is finished loading so that the canvas element is able to be accessed by your code. You can do this by placing your code in the window on load event handlers like this. Oh, you know, this probably is a problem. That's probably breaking everything because I put that in and then forgot about it. Okay. Yay, we have a thing that, I mean, it doesn't run, but it we have a tank that can go up and down. I don't see anything shooting. I'm not sure what kind of tanks game this is supposed to be. It's a really complicated tank they've made. For okay, the tank doesn't shoot. Oh, I should have said I don't see where the tank shoots. Give it an opportunity to tell me how the tank shoots rather than make it feel like it needs to make it shoot. Key down. If 38, if 40, if 37. Wow, we're using, okay. We have a speed modifier, huh? Add a new property to the tank object to track whether the tank is currently shooting or not. For example, movement pixels of shooting equals false. Add a new game object that represents the tank's shots. This could be an array of objects with each object represented by a single shot. Each shot should have properties for its X and Y position as well as the speed and direction of our shots. Keyboard event handlers in your code to update the tank shooting property when the player presses the spacebar, for example. In the update function, check the value of the shooting properties. If it's true, create a new shot object and add it to the shots array. If you also need to calculate the shot's X and Y position, the update function, iterate over the shots array and update the position of each shot based on its speed and direction. Man, you're really going to town on this. Keep going, chat. Fill rectangle. Yeah, finish. Is it still going? No. Can you finish number 6? You know, I've had it make me some quick and easy games. I know we're not really in the speed run. Okay, add a property to to the tank object to track whether the tank is currently shooting or not. Okay, so this is going to go in tank. Is there even a tank? Tank var tank. Okay, so we are adding shooting to the tank object. Pretty sure I don't want a comma there. Pretty sure. I think we want. I'll leave it because that's what it said to do. Add a new game object that represents the tank's shots. This could be an array of objects. Okay. Shots. Modify the keyboard event handlers in your code to update the tank shooting property when the player presses the spacebar, for example. Key down function E. So we're going to come in here. Add event. Snare key down. Here you go. Update function modifier. If key down. If 38 and key down. Okay. So they did this a different way. As I can put this in there. There's no reason I can't. Right? And then we're putting this in here and the key up. What are we doing? Just trying to make it nice. Yeah, it's horrible, but okay. Okay, in the updates function, check the value of the tank shooting property. If tank shooting that's in the update function. Update function. It makes for some weird code structure sometimes. In the update function, iterate over the shots fired. Okay. For update shots. And apparently I have to update the Y position based on direction because Okay. Yeah, we still need to do these two things. You forgot about this and that. This is the for, this is the if. If tank shooting, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so we're going to need to fill that in, or make it fill that in. We aren't going to have time to finish this. In the render function, step 6. Render rest of your code, draw shots for background, draw shots. Okay. Were there any after 6? All right. There are no other steps, and your code doesn't have any other steps, so to make sure I saved it. Save. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Remember those 2 bits of code I didn't finish? Well, one of them made it. Do I want to just finish this? Update the shots. Completing this. This. Also, well, it's only the bullets only move when you're shooting. And that's a little strange. Okay, in the update function, add code to calculate the direction of the shot based on the direction of the tank. You can use the keyboard event handlers in your code for the direction of the tank. If you got two things in the update function, just put them both together. Which I guess if it actually... No, it's doing the rest of your code. Rest of your code. Nah. Okay, so we're gonna copy this into here. We're gonna find our update function again. Update is above render. Shooting, if shooting. Okay, so we're replacing the if shooting section. Shooting shots. There we go. Direction equals 0. Then update the direction based on the direction we're going. Okay. So all right. And in the update function, code to update the Y position of the shot based on the direction. You can use trigonometric functions to calculate the X and Y components of the shot movement based on its direction and speed. And you can add these components to the shot's current X and Y position. Can you give me the update function, please? Okay, so as I get ready to head out after having just spent 45 minutes or so, no, 30 something minutes on another attempt. This is completely random as far as whether it's doable or not. It seems to be. I mean, I was not timing this attempt, and we just got to request timeout with no place to redo it. All right, my issue with this whole thing is I need to adjust my camera angle into my teleprompter. Maybe just adjust the lens on the teleprompter a little bit. There we go. Anyway, as I was saying, I can sit down at my laptop sometimes. And it's like, hey, make a game. And in like 15 minutes, I've got something that's playable, and it's, like tanks or like Pong. It's not amazing, but it's a simple game and it's workable. And maybe the answer is you just have to restart it, right? Um, just go for better RNG on the initial setup of the thread, because once it's running good, it actually does. I mean, once it gets in a good direction, it can go pretty well. But I wrote this game in one prompt once. Two, because it was a bug I had to fix. And this has been a lot more than 2 prompts. It's quite the thread. And this is just since I messed it up by accidentally closing everything, and I was like, oh, I'm done. And then I kept going, but it's, well, this is quite the, it's actually not that long. It's been an awful long time writing for such a short function. I mean, it's not short either. Okay, so now well, I don't understand. Yeah, he's got directions all mixed up. Anyway, this has been a fun little look at attempting, I guess, maybe a newish genre of speedrunny type thing, but so far it's not worked out well. But I guess people who speedrun are more dedicated than me. I'll probably play with this some more. I enjoy making these stupid little game attempts, but for now I gotta run. Catch you all next time. Hope you're having a great